I keep saying to you guys that the secret to successful and happy relationship is communication. But what do I mean exactly by communication, and why is it easier said than done? I want to share a story from my my today's day from today, and how the communication resolved a certain situation that could have become so much worse. So basically, my boyfriend and I were preparing to go to the airport, and we had lots of things to do before that, like record this podcast episode, cook dinner, finish off work, and other things. And my boyfriend just we went to the kitchen, and then he just left and went working. And for me, it made me feel like I was just expected to cook dinner for us out of the two of us. And then I started feeling a bit angry and a bit sad, and I was just angrily cooking the dinner, without adding any extra love on the food that I usually do. And then I was just thinking in my mind, okay, I really need to raise this issue and mention how I feel, because otherwise I would start building up the resentment, and then it will bring not nice energy to the relationship. So then I took a few moments to just crystallize it for myself, what is it exactly that's bothering me, and knowing that it's not the intention of my boyfriend to actually make me feel like that, I got the courage to actually come up to him and share, and said, hey, this is how it made me feel. And then the moment I said it out loud, all of the tension that I was holding inside just completely resolved. And it was so nice, because we built a system where we get to raise things like that with each other, and also the other person, once you raise the thing, is very open to hearing it and hearing your perspective, and that helps also so much in terms of having that good communication going from both sides. One person actually realizing what is the issue is and raising it, and the other person being very receptive to whenever someone else actually raises an issue, to listen and make sure that you understand their perspective. So it literally took everything that I just mentioned happened in the span of 10 minutes. And I went from feeling angry and sad to feeling like I could build resentment, to feeling completely relieved and feeling completely like my normal self. And I was thinking, how many times in our lives we just don't say something to someone and we just hold on to it. And what it does, it just eats us from inside. There is just more and more negative emotions that are building up in our minds, and then it actually hinders the relationships in the long term. So I think that there is such a good lesson in here for all of us. Whenever you start feeling like something is bothering you, when it's still something small, think about it, what is it exactly that's bothering you, and then raise it with the person. If that person is someone with whom you would like to maintain a long-term relationship, whether it is your partner, your family, your friends, anyone with whom you would like to actually have that long-term relationship, it's very important to raise things and mention how they make you feel. And something that I learned from this guy whose name just escapes me at the moment, but he said that basically the last step of letting go of something is to actually speak it. And so many times our ego just stops us from speaking it, and that's why we keep holding on to it. And the moment we actually say it out loud, we feel all of this tension resolved. So that's exactly how I felt today. The moment I spoke to it, all the tension was completely resolved. So don't let your ego stop you from releasing this tension inside of you and keeping you in this state where you just built up all of this resentment. Just let it go, speak it, but of course in a calm, resolved manner. And it will be way easier to do it if you raise it when something that's bothering you is quite small and it's at quite early stage. I hope you enjoyed this episode. I hope it helps your relationships, and I see you in the next one tomorrow.